Hi everyone, this is Heba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be working in my spring traveler's notebook. And yes, I said spring. I created this traveler's notebook, and I believe I probably have a video how I created this traveler's notebook, and I did share those layouts on my YouTube channel. I'll try to find those videos and link them to this video. Now, I neglected this traveler's notebook and I hate starting something and not finishing it, so I decided to go through my photos and whatever I had printed for this traveler's notebook, I'm going to document. And one of those photos was what I was reading at the moment, so I decided to start with that one. And I'm using, I believe this is the Book Club Studio Calico stamp sets. I'm not sure, but I will add all the links for everything I use in this video down below. And I'm using that to stamp out all the books right under my photo, and I just used a 3x4 card to back up my photo. I'm also using this 3x4 card. I'm going to end up using it as a little pocket for my journaling. So I'm going to stamp read more books on some sticker paper and then fussy cut it out and add it to this little 3x4 card that's going to end up being a pocket for my journaling. I'm also going to grab a little tag. I'm just going to go through my tags, which I definitely need to buy some more tags. I noticed that I'm running low, and that's because I like to use my tags. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and stick down my photo and my 3x4 card, and then I'm going to go through my embellishments. Now, I have an old pack of die cuts from Feed Your Craft. It was book themed, so I thought I should look through it and try to find some die cuts that worked with my spread. And it was perfect. I found this pen that was like in that same green from my pattern paper, and I love that coffee cup that says buy the book. Really like those, and I'm gonna end up just using those to kind of embellish my spread. And this is where I decide I'm gonna cut down that 3x4 card and create a little pocket out of it for my journaling. And I'm literally just sticking down the sides, 3 sides of my pocket, and I end up sticking it to the side of my layout. I don't know why. I probably thought like it looked cool, but I end up moving that later and I center it. I just felt like it looked odd on the side. I'm just grabbing some twine to add to my tag. I believe I do end up stamping with the Studio Calico stamp set on my tag, and then I will take this to my typewriter and journal about this book. Now, usually I always have a journal specifically for my reading, and I journal about each book and how many stars I gave it, when I started, when I ended that book, so I can always go back to my little reading journal and add the journaling to that tag. So I really like how my embellishments look. I'm going to go ahead and stick those down. Now I decide to probably change up the coffee cup, but I end up not, and I keep the yellow one and I go ahead and stick that one down also. I felt like my 3x4 card that I created into a pocket didn't really look like a pocket, so I go ahead and trim down the sides just to get, like kind of remove those edges. And I'm just going to go through my bowl of chipboards and add a little chipboard. I also will grab my crystal drops and add a few here and there and call the spread done. Now, because this is a 4x6 traveler's notebook, it's really small and your layouts come together pretty quickly. So I'm going to be sharing my second layout with you guys, which is a lot of fun. And this is why I love these traveler's notebooks, is because you can create so many spreads in one go. Now I'm going to be working again in the same traveler's notebook, and I'm documenting this photo of my daughter and my father. And I'm just going through my scraps, and I'm going to end up using some of these scraps to back up my photo. I really love this Felicity Jane paper, And you can tell I do not waste my paper. I kept it until I was able to use it, and it was perfect for this 4x6 spread because my paper wasn't much and it's not even going to cover that 4x6. So I'm going to end up using that yellow strip just to kind of add it to the edge of my paper. Now, while I was going through my scraps, I found this really pretty scallop strip of paper, and I like how it looks, so I went ahead and stuck it down. But then I remembered that I want to do a lot of stamping, and the left side of my spread is really bulky and uneven. So I'm going to remove what I stuck down and kind of flip it. So I'm going to end up adding my pattern paper to the left side and that scallop strip of paper to the right side. And then I'm going, and by the way, I say this all the time, I love my tape runner because I can do something like that and it's not going to tear my paper, but it also holds up really, really well. But anyways, I'm going to go through my frame embellishments. I really wanted to add a frame to my photo, and I love this dark wood grain frame against the beautiful light pattern paper. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. I'm also going to grab some of my Feed Your Craft new alpha stamps and numbers. Now, I decided to use these stamps to stamp out I love Jiddo. And my kids call my father Jiddo, so it's an Arabic word for grandfather. So I'm going to stamp that out. I'm also going to go through my stamp sets. I believe I end up using the story stamp set from Feed Your Craft, and I'm going to stamp out day in and day out right on top of my stamping. It just brings an extra depth to my stamps. And I just really like the contrast of the gray with the black stamping. I want to stamp out 1 through 5 using my Feed Your Craft number stamp set. And I also changed up my ink pad to pink. I'm using some Kelly Perky ink. And I'm just going to stamp out these numbers because there's things that I want to type out, things that I love about my father, things that my kids love about my father. So I'm gonna type all these out, cut them into strips and add them as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thing. So I end up typing, we love your smile, how much you love your grandkids, your stories growing up. We love listening to him talking about his stories when he was growing up, just little things like that. And I'm not gonna make you watch me cut down all these strips, but once I get everything stuck down, I will start embellishing my photo. I'm done sticking down everything, and now I want to trim down my photo to fit into this frame. So I'm just going to go ahead, stick the frame to my photo, and then just cut off the extra. I will also go through my embellishments now. I ended up using my Feed Your Craft stamp set. I'm going to say this is the story stamp set, or it's the at-home stamp set. And I'm going to stamp today, here and now on a label sticker and try to kind of slide it under my frame. So it's gonna kind of hang under my frame. I'm also gonna go through my bowl of embellishments, I believe, and start finding little things that I can use on my layout. Now, I've talked about my little bowl of embellishments before, but these are chipboards that I had, like sheets of chipboards that were kind of really low, and I had 1 or 2 on there. So I just added all of them in one bowl, and I'm kind of trying to use them up as much as possible before I start using any of my other embellishments, if that makes sense. So I'm going to end up adding the label sticker. I really like that family sticker that I found in my embellishment drawer. And then I'm going to grab my bowl of embellishments and try to find a chipboard to add to this spread. Okay, you guys, I am almost done. I'm gonna go through my puffy stickers. I'm gonna add a few Feed Your Craft puffy stickers to my spread and then call my layout done. I love these 4x6 traveler's notebooks. They are just perfect. They're fast to work in. They're so simple, and I always feel like when I'm creating in this notebook that I'm able to create more than one spread all at once. So definitely recommend this size if you're kind of scared of a regular standard size traveler's notebook. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget, I add all the links for everything I used down in the description box. If you did enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.